Alright guys, here we are. I'm going to step you through exactly what you need to do to set up your very own event. Let's go. So first of all, you have to have angelic-like music playing when you walk into the room. That's the most important thing. Let me just turn that down. So as you can see here, what we've done is we've got our room set up for tomorrow, which is a really exciting training. We've got IRC fundamentals happening tomorrow. We've laid the room out. We've got 22 people that have paid to be here tomorrow. So what you need in your room is you need water stations. People need to stay hydrated. It's really, really monumentally important. What else you need is a registration table or somewhere where you can print manuals and basically put any sales through that you might do over the weekend or anything like that. So that's what we've got over here. Come on over. So the sorts of things you're going to need in a seminar is you're going to need your printers, your tables. This is just for small to medium events. Obviously you'd have an event manager or a promoter, someone who's actually going to put you out there. And look, honestly, when you get a good quality promoter, they know how to do all of this for you and take care of it. However, you know, you've got all your sort of things. You've got to remember you just got your simple stuff like for your microphones, you need your batteries, you've got your pens for your participants, you've got your post-it notes, your blue tag, just all the little stuff, guys. Like, it's really simple stuff, to be honest, but it's good just to have a checklist and have this stuff here. We also have some cards in there, some system cards that people can write on. We have a printer here so that as we print a manual, you do it in an A4 binder so you can add pages. As the training's going on, if you all of a sudden have everyone talking about a topic, you can kind of be ninja, go up the back of the room, type off another page and look like you already had the magic available to them. So come on with me up front, I'll show you the other setup we've got. So here we've got the world's best speaker setup in the room shoes available to mankind. They are the world's best. They're made by Haviana. It's really important you have those. But so what we have here is a stand where you put your notes when you're going to present or speak. So you can literally have your manual here or the things you're about to cover. Now when you're presenting a page out of a manual, what you're best off doing is actually teaching them and talking about it first, and then having your staff or your team assist you and hand out the handouts for you after you've taught the lesson. Because what the experience the user has is as they watch you present the notes, they get to the other side and they're like, oh, this guy knows all this stuff, but then you hand out the handout, which is the handout you've just been working on. So to appear more magical, here's the note, write this down, guys. Teach before you give them the lesson, so they're not sitting there reading and they're not paying attention to what it is you're doing. Okay, so make sure you've got all your audio in line. You can see we've got obviously a headset mic. I've got my Madonna headset mic. It's really important that you have one. You also have some handhelds for the participants and that people can do it. It's great for recording. You want to make sure you have the things like instant social proof is when you stand on a stage, you're instantly more credible. And credibility is one of the things that helps people trust you. The second you put a microphone on as well as being on a stage, you've gone up another level. So think about all the things you can do in regards to credibility when running your event. If you have a registration table that has printers and you have water stations and you have very professional looking arrangement, then people are automatically going to have a better experience. Now you might notice these chairs, they're not just in two straight rows, they're in what's called chevron. So one side is angled in, the other side is straight, and the other side is angled in. We're just going to give you a shot of that now. So literally you just have it, so this brings the energy in so that everyone can have a conversation and it's not like people are talking to each other. Now, so we literally, as we've got the AV set up, we actually have it set up so that on this little thing here, this is a little cable that runs back over the sound system, and I couldn't tell you the name of it, but I know how to set it up. So literally we have this here because we have an iPad here that plays music. So we can literally just be talking and go, okay guys, what we're going to do now is we're going to take 5 minutes to write down what we think, push the iPad, just touch a button on the iPad, and literally all of a sudden it feels as though there's a whole AV team here in the room, and there's not really. So it's all about the magic of the show and create the magic of the show. And then over here we have the laptop, which has got the presentation for the slideshow, which in PowerPoint, just so you know, if you've got it plugged in, I've actually pressed the button B right now, which means black out the screen. So if I press B right now, you look, all of a sudden my slides are up here and I went there a second ago. So literally, you just press the button B and you have access. So you can look like, literally, you can have a room like this and you can appear to be as professional as big stage productions like Tony Robbins, as long as you have the finite details. This is really important for running small events. Another thing you might notice here is these bar stools. What is great in an event is to do on-stage demonstrations. So you could be sitting up here with a participant. Now, most venues don't have these readily available to you, so it is a request you need to make, and if they don't have them, then bring your own. But literally, one of the things you want to know about hotel staff, and I can't say this too loudly, but one of the things you need to know is you need to make larger requests of them than what you think might be normal. And when they say, oh, we can't do that, question if that's the truth. Like, there's actually a lot more you can get from people around you. The next thing is you need to make sure you have a flip chart. The second you get to a hotel, they're going to give you one read. It's pretty lousy, it's like 40 pages. You're going to go through this in about a day. So go straight away if you've got a 2 or 3 day event, even if you've got a 1 day event, and ask them for backup paper so you're not running around for it in the middle of the event and looking silly. The other thing to notice too is just, and this is probably the last thing I share with you, is when you set up your speakers and your cables and all those sorts of things, make sure they're neat and tidy. Like if we look down here on the floor, it's taped down nice and neat so no one will trip over and everything's kind of safe for everyone who comes to the room. So I hope you've enjoyed this short little video just to show you exactly what's required in the room. I think you're going to discover as you run your own events, the higher level of professional experience you give, the more money you're going to make and the higher learning experience the participants are going to have in the room. You can just focus on loving them, which is the most important thing. So I love you guys. I just want to shoot this short informative video for you so you guys could run your events better. And I just want to say I love you and talk to you soon.